AITA for moving out, taking all my stuff, and not telling my roommates. 19F. Live with 3 other girls. 19 to 20. In an apartment on campus. Since it's an apartment on campus, it's a 2-bedroom with 4 people, so everyone shares a room. I share a room with B. C and D share a room. Between me and D, we furnished the whole apartment. I want to acknowledge that I am the bitchy roommate. I call everyone out on money, food, and cleaning. I'm a full-time college student and I work 40 hours a week on top of that. But I'm also the one that does the most chores. Since I am the only one with a job, my roommates expect me to buy everything for the place. Toilet paper, garbage bags, etc. And they get mad that I ask them to pay me their share of. I really enjoy cooking and it's a huge stress relief for me. For the first month of the semester we did group groceries and group meals. It was cheaper and we would be getting better meals. I figured out we could get 2 weeks worth of meals for around $30 to $40 each every 2 weeks. I make the grocery list and cook the meals. After about a month, B and C said they don't want to do group groceries anymore because it's too expensive. I now cook meals for me and D. We shop together and split the cost 50-50. I'm cooking food for me and D still. B and C expect me to make them food. I told them they didn't pay for food, so I am not making them any. So now they go out to eat and get takeout every night. Then complain that they don't have any money. B has a boyfriend. He comes over and spends the night too. I share a room with B. I've asked to let me know before he comes over. She did for a month. Now she tells no one. He comes over and takes naps in her bed when she's not in the room and I'm trying to do homework. I've asked not have him spend the night if I am intoxicated due to trauma. I woke up after drinking and he was in the room asleep without her. So I did not fall back asleep and was not happy. He comes over all the time now and she doesn't let us know. I'll jump in the shower in the morning. When I walk back to my room in just a towel, he'll be sitting on her bed while I try to get dressed. I am in therapy. And because of the pandemic it's virtual. So I do it from my own room. I can't help it if there's people home. But I've recently figured out that they've been listening to my therapy sessions. I'll talk about things in that session that I don't talk about with anyone else. Somehow C and B will bring it up later that night if it's something about the apartment and them. When I move out, they will have absolutely nothing in the apartment. No pots or pans, couch, a coffee table, a TV stand, all decorations, etc. I already cancelled my housing contract for next semester. It isn't going to be worth $2,000 for me. So I left for 2 weeks. Packed up most of my stuff and left with it. I only told D that I was leaving for 2 weeks. So B and C have no idea where I am or most of my stuff, and honestly I'm fine with it. Am I the asshole? NTA, you don't owe them an explanation. They continuously crossed boundaries and didn't respect you enough. Your roomie's BF is nasty too. He's sitting there knowing you need to get dressed. That's gross. If you share a room, he shouldn't be staying over like that. Also, you own that stuff. They're adults and can figure they're shut out. You should try and get a place with D. Edit. You do not owe people who treat you badly an explanation or another chance to talk you out of it. The only person who truly matters in your life is you op. You told roommate D what was up because she respected you. You don't owe the other two anything. They were abusive and horrible to you. Worry about yourself, not if you hurt their feelings. They should have considered yours if they wanted you to consider theirs. Your roommates sound awful. Moving out and taking your stuff is clearly not a problem. You are free to do so. The only real question is whether doing it with no notice is an asshole move. I am leaning NTA. It would be nice to give them a heads up you are leaving, but you aren't obligated to do so. NTA, you're not bitchy. You are a fucking adult dealing with spoiled bitches. I cannot believe this. I had to reread it. I'm still in shock that you were actually asking. Of course you are not. The money issues alone give reason enough to ghost these selfish, entitled pieces of garbage. But the boyfriend in your room that doesn't pay rent, and while you're trying to get dressed, listening to private therapy sessions? I'm sorry if this comment is all over, but I'm so fucking pissed. I have 2 daughters and just picturing them in your place when they're older. OMG. They are the assholes, not you. It's not being bitchy, expecting people to do their fair share. I did exactly what you're doing to my final roommate. She tried taking advantage of my kindness in furnishing the place and buying food. And when I left, I took every single last thing I bought. She had no shower curtains or hygiene products. No food. No furniture. No decorations. No towels or cleaning supplies. Nothing but a mattress on the floor and the 2 litter boxes for her baker's dozen of cats. Sometimes you just have to be the mean person. You don't deserve to have to replace all your stuff just because of other people's failure to act like fucking adults. NTA. NTA. Tell Dee you're moving at least, so she can make preparations for herself as well. She's done nothing wrong and doesn't deserve to be stuck with the other 2. But you owe B and C absolutely nothing. You don't have to tell them shit. They can fend for themselves. NTA. When things become intolerable in an apartment living situation with the roommates, about the only thing to do is to move out. Sometimes you have to do things first and then let them know later to avoid unpleasant confrontation. They have shown that they will change their behavior for a short time, but end up going back to their old patterns. De facto moving in a boyfriend into a shared bedroom is an absolute asshole move. Your bedroom is an environment that you are supposed to be safe in. Instead, you need to figure out how to change while the boyfriend sleeps in the room. Totally unacceptable. Info. Just to be clear, you all have individual leases? NTA. Housing should have kicked out B. That is completely unacceptable. Good luck. NTA. You do you. NTA. Do what you gotta do. You paid for all that stuff, so it's yours to take. Definitely NTA. You removed yourself from a very toxic situation. They treated you like their mother when you were cooking, cleaning, buying groceries, etc. Some random guy in your bedroom while you were taking a shower is a huge problem. Listening in on your therapy sessions was another huge problem. No one in your group respected you. Your boundaries. Your space. They will all be hounding you and calling you names. Block all of them from your phone and any internet sites. I would let them know after you had packed up everything that really mattered in case there was trouble. NTA and all the best. NTA. Your property. Your money. Your roommates don't carry their weight or respect reasonable boundaries. Good choice. NTA. You are not their mom nor a maid. Like girls go through so much TP and they would expect you to tap the bill? Hilarious. You are not the bitchy roommate, you are the adult one. NTA. I think this is the responsible thing to do. NTA only because if you give them any advance notice, you'll probably find stuff missing or you'll be arguing about it non-stop. It's nice to give notice, but sometimes people don't deserve it. The only way you'd be an off for moving out would be if this would make them responsible for your share of the rent. Since this is campus housing, this shouldn't be the case. B and her BF definitely Oz over the boyfriend situation. And B and C over the eavesdropping. You're NTA for moving out, given the living situation. And your stuff is yours. So that's a non-issue. This is a deal breaker right here. B has a boyfriend. He comes over and spends the night too. I share a room with B. I've asked to let me know before he comes over. She did for a month. Now she tells no one. He comes over and takes naps in her bed when she's not in the room and I'm trying to do homework. I've asked not have him spend the night if I am intoxicated due to trauma. I woke up after drinking and he was in the room asleep without her. So I did not fall back asleep and was not happy. He comes over all the time now and she doesn't let us know. I'll jump in the shower in the morning. When I walk back to my room in just a towel, he'll be sitting on her bed while I try to get dressed. You are paying for the lease. And he is not. He, and by extension your roommate, is breaking your trust and your expectation of privacy by showing up unannounced. I assume you've communicated your frustration about this to your roommate. If you have, then you're in the right. If not, you'll want to explain this bit to your roommate as justification for your departure. Those boundaries are a big deal. If she's not respecting them, then she needs to understand what she did wrong and why. The rest is just bog standard, taking advantage. College students will do this. If you're taking classes full-time and work a 40-hour job, you shouldn't be expected to also be a mom to your roommates. They are being taught. They gotta grow up, too. It sounds like you're well above the maturity level of your peers. And you'd do better on your own. You just need to explain that side of things to them, because you kinda left them without a lot of the resources they need to take care of themselves. When I move out, they will have absolutely nothing in the apartment. No pots or pans, couch, a coffee table, a TV stand, all decorations, etc. It's your stuff, right? You can do with it what you want. However, by making a surprise departure, you didn't give them any time to prepare for that stuff to be gone. That's where YTA. But it's not a big YTA. Just a little one. Sometimes you gotta rip the band-aid off. And you did. And you gotta deal with how that presents yourself to the world. Keep your chin up. You're doing alright. Keep moving forward. NTA. I wouldn't have even been paying for their toilet paper. You went above and beyond for people who clearly don't give a shit about you. Also, being the responsible housemate who takes on the intellectual labor of overseeing bill payments, chores and grocery shopping is not being a bitch. It's managing life for some incompetent ingrates. We used a kitty system for our bills at uni. I highly recommend it. You also need to be prepared to keep your own emergency stash of TP hidden in your room. Don't let people take advantage of you. NTA. Please don't call yourself a bitchy roommate when you do so much and ask for so little.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.